The first match tonight was the casket match between Tatum Paxley and Wendy Choo, and I loved that both women came in brilliant looking attires. Wendy Choo's looked genuinely fantastic. I love that this match didn't happen at Halloween Havoc, that it happened tonight. It separated it from all the other big stipulation matches that happened at Halloween Havoc. And do you know what? It was a really good casket match. Also worth noting, the first ever women's casket match in WWE. They would go hardcore, and there was a really bad looking Lego spot. Poor Tatum Paxley, that had to hurt. Tatum would crash through the doll's house that was used tonight, and of course Wendy Choo, after a fire extinguisher to the face, would go through her bed like it was a table. I love that. Unique to these superstars, making the casket match their own. It was this spot that would see Wendy Choo be placed in the casket, allowing Tatum Paxley to pick up the win. I genuinely think that's a much needed win for Tatum. Genuinely. Fun match. Great way to start off NXT this week. And I'm going to ask, because if you don't ask, you don't get. This 100% should be the attire of Wendy Choo. It's a lot more animated. It's a lot more in your face. Very cartoony. But you know what? It really works, doesn't it? This is things you might have missed from a stacked WWE NXT. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. After what happened at Halloween Havoc, Trick Williams would ask to speak to Bubba Ray Dudley tonight. Bubba would come out and Trick Williams would request a tag team match to team with Bubba at the ECW 2300 Arena next Wednesday. Very quickly, Trick Williams got Bubba Ray Dudley's juices flowing. That happened. Bubba was into it, but then said, look, Trick, I can't do it. I cannot take away the spot from someone else in the locker room, from someone in NXT who is killing it every week. I can't be that guy. The answer's no. And Bubba would walk away. Someone who does want to take away someone's spot was Rob Van Dam. RVD on NXT says that he will be a part of the NXT show next week. That is great. We all hope for this. Obviously, Ava would say, leave it to me. Ethan Page would say he's not done with Trick Williams and still wants the NXT World title. Ridge Holland would come out and say it's going to be him that takes the belt from Trick. And after the disrespect at Halloween Havoc, Bubba Ray Dudley would come out to confront Ridge Holland. Great storytelling on NXT tonight as Bubba Ray Dudley would lay into Ridge and Ethan Page. Ridge Holland would get under the skin of Bubba Ray Dudley though, and it didn't take long for the beatdown of Bubba to ensue. Saved by Trick Williams, and then Bubba Ray Dudley would take the mic and say, Trick, if you're still looking for a tag partner, let's do it. Next week, Ethan Page, Ridge Holland versus Trick Williams and Bubba Ray Dudley. It looks like the seeds were planted tonight for Tony D'Angelo to be doing something with Sean Spears, maybe Brooks Jensen around the North American title. That should be fun. But the news story tonight was Tony D got a voicemail message. Now, we wasn't sure who this was, but it was later confirmed by Vic Joseph to be Nunzio, Little Guido. So we're going to definitely get some kind of interaction between Tony and Guido next week. I think that's genius. Genuinely think that's very fun. Let's do it. Zaria would make her in-ring debut for NXT tonight, and she would go one-on-one with Brinley Reese. And there was such a sick spot in this match, I swear to God. As Zaria would work the arm of Brinley, she would snap it back, then lift Brinley into the air by just her arm. Obviously, look at the arm afterwards, all bent in totally weird directions it shouldn't bend. Totally reminiscent of what happened to Alexa Bliss before. But because the referee wanted to get medical, what did Zaria do? Instead of just letting the doctors treat her, she popped Brinley's arm back into place. Oh my God, absolutely revolting. Zaria would utilise the F5 again and pick up the win. Zaria successful in her first match on NXT. But things would get interesting as Fatal Influence would come out, followed by Roxanne and Cora to welcome Zaria to NXT. Kalani Jordan would step up to help Zaria, followed by Julia and Stephanie Vicure, and then Jordynne Grace. This was interesting. 5-on-5, the women would brawl, and the baby faces stood tall. Lots of people wondering if this could be a permanent move for Jordynne Grace now. Jordynne Grace just lost the TNA Women's Championship back at Bound for Glory on Saturday night. So could she be like full-time in NXT? We'll have to wait and see. And they wasted no time making it official, as Julia will team with Stephanie, Zaria, Jordynne Grace and Kalani Jordan, taking on Fatal Influence, Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. That is going to be absolutely incredible. I can't wait. The NXT Heritage Cup was on the line as Lexis King took on Charlie Dempsey, with William Regal in the opposite corner of his son, obviously on the side of Lexis King. That was a nice twist. Lexis King would injure his leg during this match, and the commentary team would make a point of the fact that he was still continuing. But obviously William Regal going to give Lexis King the brass knucks. Lexis King saying no, trying to do the right thing, which would lead to Charlie Dempsey to pick up the win. Now, William Regal didn't seem angry at Lexis King, but it looks like Regal wants to bring out that Brian Pillman style in Lexis King. Nikita Lyons would take on Kalani Jordan tonight. During the match, Nikita looked like she saw a ghost as Adriana Rizzo would appear on the stage. And the minute Kalani Jordan won, Rizzo was in the ring and attacking Nikita, confirming that Nikita was the person who attacked her last week in NXT. I wanted to mention the fact that I've seen so many people talking about this 10-woman tag match, saying how WWE should have booked this for War Games at Survivor Series. And while I'd love to see that, I'm not going to complain that we're going to get this on free TV next week for NXT. This match is going to be amazing. And I really love that WWE did an appearance tonight by Rhea Ripley, visiting the baby faces. Obviously stood next to Zaria as well. That's pretty big, because this is going to get traction. People are going to see this. This will be on TikTok and it will get lots of views because of Rhea Ripley. WWE, very smart in advertising tonight. Liv and Raquel were on NXT in the parking lot, and look at the bars. The bars they're carrying have blood on them because they would find a bloodied Rhea Ripley in the NXT parking lot. Liv and Raquel completely destroyed Rhea Ripley. We know the parking lot is the most dangerous place in NXT, but look at Rhea Ripley. I definitely think she wishes she didn't go to NXT tonight. Don't forget, as announced at Halloween Havoc, Dawn Marie will return as a special guest referee for Jada Parker versus Lola Vice in a hardcore match next week. The NXT Tag Belts was the main event match tonight, as Javon Evans and Cedric Alexander would take on Fraxium. This match was just so good. Javon would be distracted by Wesley and go to the back, leaving Cedric alone for Fraxium to retain the belts. The brawl would end NXT with RVD appearing, saying he now knows what he wants to do next week, but he didn't tell us what it is. I'm gonna guess a special referee match. What a brilliant NXT. Genuinely great show. For me, solid 9.5 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, you'll never miss an upload. Like the video, share the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace!